At Arlyn Studios in Austin right now with Gina Chavez. Gina Chavez, it's great to meet you in reality.
In the real life, in the flesh. Great to meet you too, Brett.
I know. It's so weird. We did a bunch of things, and I thought that I had met you before today, but it kind of seemed that way just because we met each other through the internet. Now here we are in the same room. It feels delightful, and we are going to hear a lot of your music. Two of the songs coming up are from La Caimanda. We're going to hear two others as well. What do you feel like doing first today?
We are going to play a song called Ella.
Están atadas, su voz no puede más, no sabe a dónde ir ni qué hacer. Su cuerpo no para de bailar al ritmo de esta realidad, no sabe a dónde ir ni qué hacer. Le quitaron las ganas de hablar, el silencio tratan de comprar, a la fuerza ellos quieren callar. En contra de esto y más nunca se rindió. Toda la historia callando una verdad, hemos tenido el poder, siempre supimos a dónde ir y qué hacer. Le quitaron las ganas de hablar, el silencio tratan de comprar, a la fuerza ellos quieren callar. En contra de esto y más nunca se rindió, nunca se rindió, nunca se rindió, nunca se rindió. En la calle corremos peligro, en la casa nos matan también, y si armamos valor para decirlo, hasta la iglesia se calla también. Pero no tenemos tiempo que perder, fueron muchas las que lucharon ayer, por las que están y las que vendrán. No nos rendimos, ella persistió, no nos rendimos, nunca se rindió. No nos rendimos, ella persistió, no nos rendimos, nunca se rindió. No nos rendimos, ella persistió, no nos rendimos, nunca se rindió. No nos rendimos, ella persistió, no nos rendimos, no nos rendimos.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right. You guys sound great together. Thanks for doing it here at lovely Arlyn Studios. We appreciate it very much. I want to talk about Arlyn a little bit, but about the Austin music community. And one of the really fun things for us, it was a bummer when the New York studio closed. We used to have a home base. We no longer have a home base, so we're out here on the road, and we get to experience a bunch of different communities and do this, and it's awesome. And I want to talk about your experience of the Austin community and maybe who are some of the artists who have been able to support you and who you've been able to support, and just your experience of what it's like to be here.
Yeah, well, obviously, and it's been so different with the pandemic and everything, but, you know, I was born and raised here in Austin, so native Austinite. I love my hometown. It's so full of really incredible musicians. I think one of the things that I do love about Austin and the music community is, our community loves original music, which I think can be hard for a lot of communities. And then as musicians, I never feel like I'm in competition with other artists. It feels like a big community, and we are all out to help each other, to grow. I feel like we go to each other's gigs and we're like, oh man, I got to take it up a notch because, you know, they just threw it down. And so it feels like this healthy competition So, I love my hometown. I think that, we've obviously got a lot of incredible studios, incredible musicians, lots of original music coming out of here, and an audience that supports not only financially and also has organizations like HAM and SIMS that actually support our artists and help us have access to health care and mental health
They were in this
services.
very room last night.
I know. So anyway, it's a really cool community here in Austin for sure.
Yeah, I felt it definitely. I was out at Seaboys last night to see. I wasn't even sure who I was there to see, but then, or 2 nights ago, Greyhounds were playing there, and then I was sitting next to Charlie Crockett, and then I was sitting next to Eric Burden from Black Pumas. They're just hanging, and it's not a big place, and they're just there. It's a lot of fun. Sure. A lot of fun. Well, I'm having a good time, and thank you for sharing your music with us today. There's a lot more of it. What do you want to do second?
All right. So I've got a remix coming out in November, on November 5th, but we're going to play y'all the original version of this song. It's called She Persisted. And I actually just played this at the Women's March here in Texas at the Capitol last Saturday, right before we played our ACL set. And there were 35,000 people out there for very good reason, because y'all probably know what's going on in Texas at the Capitol.
Yep.
All right, and this is my dad's 1954 Martin. Doesn't see a lot of playtime, but I brought it for y'all special. This is. Oh, he doesn't have a mic. They don't know what you're saying. Oh. My hands are tied. Your hands are too. Now we don't know where to go, don't know what to do. They're feeding lies, starving the truth. Now we don't know where to go, don't know what to do. Can't deny, realize we've been here before. Yeah, yeah. History will repeat till we stop revolving down. Told her to sit down, told her to work hard, told her to stop and wait her turn, told her to shut up, listen. Nevertheless, she persisted. Woo! Take us to church, come on, tear us in two. Now we don't know where to go, don't know what to do. Dress up the devil in red, white, and blue. Now we don't know where to go, don't know what to do. Can't deny, realize we've been here before. Yeah, yeah. History will repeat till we stop revolving. Told her to sit down, told her to work hard, told her to stop and wait her turn, told her to shut up, listen. Nevertheless, she persisted. Woo! Tell us to work hard, tell us to stop and wait our turn, tell us to shut up, listen, listen, listen. They tell us to sit down, tell us to work hard, tell us to stop and wait our turn, tell us to shut up, listen. Nevertheless, we are persistent.
Yeah. Man, I'm super glad that I was cut to your close-up, Gina. Gina, on the end of it, you made an awesome face. So
Did I? It was probably a really great face.
It was good.
I'm that person that always like looks at my photos and I'm like, why do I always look really dumb in my photos?
Let's see. I know we've had a chance to talk about this before. I would like to talk it again. We've got a new audience on this live stream than the last live stream that we did. And so La Caimanda, Woman in Charge, Boss Lady. It's awesome. It's a great name for a record. Can you talk a little bit about the inspiration behind it and what you have chosen to use your platform for?
Yeah, for sure. You know, La Caimanda, I feel like this is one of the songs that I feel like there are those songs that teach us more than we make them. And I guess what I mean by that is it's the kind of song that, you know, like when you don't feel like working out and you put on your playlist.
I know it well.
Right? He's like, I know that feeling really well.
There's a sausage pizza over there in the corner. I feel like eating a slice of that.
You know, but like you're trying to pump yourself up, or like, you know, you feel really crappy or whatever, and you put on a song that's going to bring you out of that. To me, La Caimanda is that for me as a woman. And I feel like I have reached a point, and kind of like entering into pandemic, I reached this point where I started to understand that women all over the world know what it is to be asked to be small. From the time that we're born, no matter where in the world you are, I've done a lot of traveling. I've been to Saudi Arabia and Jordan and Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan and all over Latin America, and it's ubiquitous. Women everywhere are asked to be very small. And when women speak up, when little girls speak up, we're called certain names. And when little boys speak up, they're called leader. They're called champion. They're called the future. And I've reached that point in my life where I was like, wow, the world's asked me to be really small. And I'm at once like upset about it, but I'm also upset at myself for having believed it and having swallowed that. And La Caimanda is meant to be this like sacred cry that like you're barefoot standing on the ground and you are feeling the power of what it is to be a woman. And you're literally just screaming like, I am the one in charge. I'm a boss. Get out of my way, you know? And
yeah.
And so but it's not an angry song. It's a song that is like, it's just meant to like summon the power that is within women. And that's the thing is like, you look at communities that are thriving, and there are always women at the center of those communities, at the center of those families. And so, you know, just like at the Women's March, you know, you have 35,000 women screaming for the kinds of rights that we shouldn't have to scream for. You know, the laws that legislate men's bodies, there's this many. You know what I mean? And so it's just that kind of a song for a world that desperately needs it.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing that. I am positive that of the people who watch this video in the future, hopefully there's going to be a 14-year-old girl watching it and taking that to heart in a big way. So thank you for spreading that message. It's always important for us to amplify voices of people that are saying stuff that really matters. And that's, you know, you're talking to over half of the world's population. It matters to a lot of people. So thank you.
And the 14-year-old boys out there too.
Yeah. We're only halfway through. There's a lot more of your music to be shared, and I know what's coming up next.
He knows. All right. Well, this is the song, and I will tell you, it's funny because La Caimanda. So I wrote this song in the pandemic. We put out the album. We get a Latin Grammy nomination for the album La Caimanda, and then I was like scared of this song for like a year because I literally scream. And in that way, also just being in the studio and singing this song, I actually very literally discovered a new voice in myself. And this song just really freaked me out for the longest time. And then the Latin Grammys was like, hey, we want you to play this song for the Latin Grammys. And I freaked out again. And then we, finally got over it. And I'm finally at the point now, and I have some Las Caimanda right here with me, Karen and Katali. And so, yeah. So now we've got lady power, so we can actually do this song. Wait, what's my... ¿Quién
manda? Ella manda. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. Si alguien te pregunta, di que yo soy la que manda. Solo hago lo que quiero, no lo que pienso que veo. Cuando miro al espejo, me gusta todo lo que veo. Antes me hacía pequeña, antes escondía mis fuerzas, antes enterraba mis sueños y ahora no hay tiempo para dudar. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. Si alguien te pregunta, di que yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. Si alguien te pregunta, di que yo soy la que manda. Solo digo lo que pienso, no me importa tu opinión. Cuando cantas desde pecho y con toda intención. Antes caminaba con miedo, antes esperaba permiso, antes pedía mis palabras y ahora las digo todas sin importar. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. Si alguien te pregunta, di que yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. Let's go. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. ¿Quién manda? Ella manda. Si alguien te pregunta, di que yo soy la que manda. Yo camino donde quiero y a mi propio ritmo. Si vienes benzina, también soy feliz con lo que soy. Solía compararme con otros, solía temer las consecuencias, solía no creer en mí misma. Ahora soy un fuego abrasador. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. Si alguien te pregunta, di que yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. ¿Quién soy? Yo soy la que manda. Si alguien te pregunta, di que yo soy la que manda.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. And the wide shot is super wide. It can see all the pedal work that's happening down there.
He's like, oh, that's great. This is like literally the first time we've ever done this kind of iteration for that song. So nice job. Nice job. I was like,
yeah,
all right.
That sounded wonderful from where I was sitting. And I think we're about to have an instrumentation change right now, right?
Oh, we are, yes.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad you know these things.
I want to talk about that.
Who did it? What's happening?
That instrument. I could have Googled it and found out some more stuff about it, but it's always much more fun to find out from people who truly know about these things. I know what it is, but I don't know that much about it.
Well, let's hear it, Brad. What is it? What is
It's
it?
a charango.
He did it. It's a charango. So yeah, this is an Andean instrument, often heard in Andean music. And I went to El Salvador. My wife and I did I was going to say study abroad. We did mission work in El Salvador. We lived in a gang-dominated part of San Salvador called Soyapango. If you've heard of the MS-13 gang or La Mara Salvatrucha, that's basically their stronghold is Soyapango. And we lived there, did mission work there for 8 months, and we decided to start a college scholarship fund for young women there. But the other thing I got in El Salvador was this charango, and a guy named Oscar, who was shirtless on his porch, made it for me.
Nice.
It's made out of one piece of wood. And,
Can you hold it a little bit higher
yeah.
so that camera can see it?
How about that?
Yeah, but then more like where your face is, like a little bit further back, and then it's in focus. There you go. We're getting it now.
That's a good shot.
Instrument head.
Yeah.
You too can own a charango. I think the case I have it in actually costs more than I like to make it. Anyway, so this is a song. This is a cover song that we're gonna do, and it's called Todo Cambia. And to date, it's actually maybe one of 2 or 3 cover songs that I've ever recorded. But it was written by a Chileno, Julio Neumhauser, and it was made famous by the voice of Mercedes Sosa from Argentina. And if you don't know her music, highly encourage you to go check it out. I know we've got at least one person in the room who yes, he's giving us the like rock. He's like, yes.
Oh, we can see him. The internet can see him just now.
Okay, good. I love it. So, yeah. So my little charanguito, and I haven't played this song or the charango in a long time. So thank you to Paste and the Paste audience for allowing us to bring it back out.
Cambia lo superficial, cambia también lo profundo, cambia el modo de pensar, cambia todo en este mundo, cambia el clima con los años, cambia el pasto su real, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie es extraño. Cambio el fino más brillante, de mano en mano su brillo, cambio el nido, el pajarillo, cambio el sentir de un amante, cambio rumbo al caminante, aunque esto le cause daño, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia el sol en su carrera cuando la noche subsiste. Cambia el planta y se viste de verde la primavera. Cambio el pelaje en la fiera, cambio el cabello el anciano, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Pero no cambie mi amor, por más lejos que me encuentre, ni el recuerdo ni el dolor de mi pueblo y de mi gente. Y lo que cambió ayer tendrá que cambiar mañana, y así como cambio yo en estas tierras lejanas. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Pero no cambie mi amor, por más lejos que me
Thank you.
Y'all give it up for this band.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for sending us off on our Friday evening the right way. I feel real good now, and that is because you guys did that, so thank you. And best of continued luck on La Caimanda, and travel safely as new tour dates are announced. They'll all be up at the website and where you would expect for those things to be. So travel safe, and we'll see you again. I don't know where it's going to be, but in, I don't know, a year or whatever, we'll see you again, and we'll do this.
Well, hopefully before that, Brad. Come on.
Yeah. We'll see you. Do you have shows coming up in the very near future? Do you have local shows coming up?
So we just played ACL. I'm working on new music, and we've got the single coming out November 5th, so
right.
Definitely stay tuned for that. Actually, a little sneak peek. It's a remix that's going to make you want to put on your rainbows and sparkles and glitter. And
Head
yours
straight to
truly,
Burning Man.
Yeah, it features that we're coming out with a music video as well, and it features drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Fantastic.
And yours truly doing drag, so it's going to be a good time.
Nice.
But other than that, I'm working on new music, and we're mostly doing tour dates in 2022. So, yeah.
Excellent. We'll travel safely, and I'll see you in less than 1 year's time, Gina.
Yeah.